What if you are already protected in ways you cannot see? What if right now an invisible force is moving around you, shielding you from harm, keeping you safe, ensuring that every step you take is guarded by something beyond human understanding? You may believe that protection is something you earn, through effort, through preparation, through control. But what if the greatest protection requires no effort at all? What if it is not something you must seek, but something that has already been placed over your life? From the moment you were born, there was a hand guiding you, a force ensuring that dangers you never even noticed never reached you. The accident that almost happened but didn't. The illness that threatened you but passed. The moment of despair that should have broken you but instead strengthened you. These were not coincidences. They were interventions, unseen yet undeniable, silent yet powerful. There is a truth about divine protection that few understand. It does not simply block harm, it aligns reality. It moves circumstances. It shifts people, events, and even time itself to ensure that you are exactly where you need to be. True protection is not just about keeping you safe from the obvious dangers of the world. It is about ensuring that every aspect of your existence unfolds according to a higher design. But to fully embrace this protection, you must first understand its origin. You must step beyond the physical and into the unseen. Throughout history, the wisest among us have understood that protection is more than a human effort. Ancient civilizations, long before modern technology, turned to forces greater than themselves for safeguarding. They knew that walls, weapons, and watchmen could only do so much. The true defense came from something higher. The Egyptians inscribed prayers into their tombs, believing the right words could shield the soul from danger even beyond death. The Greeks sought the favor of their gods before battle, understanding that no strategy could outweigh divine intervention. The Israelites carried the Ark of the Covenant, not just as a relic, but as a vessel of divine presence, a reminder that protection was not about fortification, but faith. And it is not only religion that speaks of this unseen shield. Throughout history, stories emerge of warriors who survived against impossible odds, of entire cities spared while others fell, of individuals who seemed untouchable despite standing in the face of overwhelming destruction. What is this force that preserves some while others fall? What is the nature of divine protection, and how do you ensure that it surrounds you? The answer lies not in ritual nor in sacrifice, but in alignment. You are not protected because you ask to be. You are protected because you step into the current of divine will. This is the secret that was known to the prophets, to the mystics, to those who understood that true security does not come from shields and walls, but from walking in harmony with the unseen. And the more aligned you are with divine truth, the stronger the protection around you becomes. Many believe that divine protection means nothing bad will ever happen, but this is not the case. It is not about avoiding challenges. It is about ensuring that every challenge serves a higher purpose. It is about knowing that no weapon formed against you can truly prosper, not because no weapon will be formed, but because none will succeed. You are not promised an absence of trials. You are promised that through every trial you will emerge untouched, strengthened, transformed. But what does it mean to align with divine protection? How do you step into the current of spiritual safeguarding? The answer is simpler than you think, yet deeper than most realize. It begins not with action, but with perception. The way you see the world determines the way you experience it. If you see danger everywhere, you will live in fear. If you see divine guardianship, you will walk in confidence. This is the revelation that shifts everything. Divine protection is not something you beg for. It is something you claim. It is something you step into, something you recognize as already existing, waiting for you to acknowledge it, like a river that has always been flowing, waiting for you to step into its current. But there is one key that unlocks this protection in its fullness: prayer. Not just words spoken into the void, not just wishes whispered in desperation, but prayer as a force, an activation of divine energy that sets things in motion. There is a reason why, across all cultures and all beliefs, prayer has been at the center of divine safeguarding. Because it is not just an act, It is an alignment. When you pray, you are not asking God to protect you. You are stepping into the reality where His protection already exists. You are shifting your awareness, tuning into the frequency where divine security is not a request, but a reality. This is why some prayers feel powerful while others seem empty. It is not the words that matter, it is the alignment behind them. Prayer is not about changing God's mind. It is about changing your state. When you pray with full certainty, full belief, full alignment, you activate forces that have been waiting for your command. You awaken angels that have been standing guard, awaiting their orders. You step into a reality where divine protection is no longer something you hope for, but something you live in. Think of prayer as the opening of a gate. The power has always been there. The protection has always been in place. But until you open the gate, you cannot step through. And once you do, once you align yourself fully with this force, you will see that protection is not just about avoiding harm. It is about being placed exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there. This is the truth that has been hidden in plain sight. Divine protection is not about stopping the storm. It is about ensuring that you walk through it unharmed. It is not about keeping danger away. It is about ensuring that even if danger comes, it cannot touch you. Because when you understand the nature of divine protection, you stop living in fear. You stop worrying about what may happen, because you know that no matter what comes, you are already safeguarded. You are already covered. And as you step deeper into this reality, you will begin to see the signs of this protection everywhere. In the moments you are delayed only to avoid disaster, in the sudden shifts that place you exactly where you needed to be, in the unseen hands that guide your every step. Protection is not an accident. It is not luck. It is a covenant, a law as real as gravity, waiting for you to recognize it, to claim it, to walk in it fully. And when you do, everything changes. There is a battle that is fought long before it ever reaches the physical world, a war that determines the course of your life, your security, your peace of mind. It is not fought with weapons, nor with words. It is fought within the mind, within the spirit, in the unseen realm where faith and fear wage war for control over your reality. Fear is the great deceiver. It whispers to you that you are unprotected, vulnerable, at the mercy of the chaos around you. It tells you that no one is watching over you, that the world is random and cruel. It makes you doubt. It makes you hesitate. It makes you question whether you are truly safe. But fear is a liar. It has no real power, only the power you give it. Faith, on the other hand, is the force that fortifies, that strengthens, that makes you unshakable. Where fear weakens, faith builds. Where fear blinds, faith reveals. Where fear makes you feel alone, faith reminds you that you are never, have never been, and will never be abandoned. Fear is loud, but faith is stronger. And the moment you choose to step out of fear and into faith, everything changes. You have seen this war play out before, even if you did not recognize it. The moment when worry creeps in and you begin to spiral into anxiety, that is fear trying to claim territory in your spirit. The moment when you feel uncertain, when doubt tells you that you must rely only on yourself, that is fear attempting to sever your connection to divine protection. But then there are the moments when faith rises, when despite everything you feel peace in the middle of the storm, when you trust even when you cannot see the way. That is faith securing your spirit, ensuring that fear does not take root. The key to divine protection is not simply believing that you are safe. It is eliminating the fear that tells you otherwise. It is refusing to let doubt build walls between you and the divine presence that is always surrounding you. Faith is not just a feeling, it is a frequency. And the stronger your faith, the stronger the shield around you becomes. This is why the most powerful people in history were not those who had the most wealth or the most influence, but those who had the greatest faith. They moved mountains, not because they had physical strength, but because they understood the nature of spiritual reality. They knew that when you walk in faith, you are untouchable. When you align yourself with divine protection, no force in this world can bring you down. But faith is not passive. It is not simply a quiet hope. It is an action, a declaration. a force that moves through your life with unstoppable power. And when you apply that faith not just to yourself, but to your family, your home, your loved ones, you extend the shield of divine protection beyond yourself, creating a fortress that no darkness can penetrate. Your family is not just connected to you by blood, but by energy, by spirit, by the words you speak over them. Every time you pray for them, you are weaving an unseen barrier, reinforcing the walls of protection around their lives. Every time you speak words of blessing over them, you are activating forces that guard them, guide them, keep them safe even when you cannot be physically present. This is why generational blessings exist. Because faith is not just individual, it is inherited, passed down, carried through the generations like an eternal flame. And just as you can pass down wealth or wisdom, you can pass down divine security. Your prayers today are not just for you. They are for your children, for their children, for every descendant that will come after you. And so the question is, what are you building around your family? Are you reinforcing a wall of faith, of protection, of divine guidance? Or are you leaving them vulnerable, exposed to the forces of fear and uncertainty? Every prayer you speak is a brick in that wall. Every declaration of protection strengthens it. Every time you affirm that your family is covered, you are ensuring that divine hands will move in ways you cannot see. Your words are more powerful than you realize. They shape the energy of your home, the atmosphere of your relationships, the very fabric of reality that surrounds you. When you declare peace over your household, peace enters. When you declare safety, angels stand guard. When you declare abundance, doors open. This is not superstition, it is spiritual law. And so if you have ever worried about your family, if you have ever feared for their safety, their well-being, their future, know this: you are not powerless. You have within you the ability to shield them in ways they may never even understand. The protection you create today will outlive you, stretching into generations beyond your time, ensuring that your lineage walks under the covering of divine favor. But protection does not stop at the people you love. It extends to the spaces you inhabit, the places you call home. Your home is not just a building, it is an energetic vessel. It carries the imprints of everything that has ever happened within its walls. It absorbs emotions, it holds onto frequencies, it becomes a reflection of the spiritual state of those who dwell within it. Have you ever walked into a place and felt an unexplainable heaviness, as if the air itself was thick with unseen weight? That is because spaces hold energy. And just as a home can be filled with love, light, and divine presence, it can also become a container for fear, negativity, and spiritual disruption. The question is, what energy resides in your home? And more importantly, how do you ensure that it is a place of protection rather than vulnerability? The answer is simple yet deeply profound. You must sanctify your space. You must declare it sacred ground, a place where only divine energy is welcome, where nothing of darkness can remain. You must speak over it, pray over it, cleanse it not just physically but spiritually. This is why ancient traditions across every culture understood the importance of blessing a home. The burning of sacred herbs, the sprinkling of holy water, the speaking of prayers over doorways, these were not just rituals but activations of divine energy. They were acknowledgments that a home is more than just a shelter. It is a sanctuary, and every sanctuary must be guarded. When you wake up in the morning, do you declare protection over your home? Do you speak words of peace, of abundance, of security? Or do you simply assume that your walls and locks are enough? Because the truth is, true safety does not come from physical barriers. It comes from spiritual fortification. A home blessed with divine protection is a fortress. It is a place where negativity cannot take root, where darkness cannot dwell, where every person who enters feels a shift in energy, a lightness, a peace that surpasses understanding. And this is something you can create, not through force, but through faith. You do not have to wait for trouble to come before you call upon divine protection. You do not have to wait for signs of danger to begin fortifying your life. The time to establish your shield is now. The time to cover your family, your home, your entire existence in divine safeguarding is in this moment. Because when the storms come, and they always do, you will not be scrambling to find safety. You will already be standing within it. And once you step into this understanding, you will see how everything shifts. Your home will feel different. Your family will feel different. You will move through life with a certainty, a confidence, an unshakable knowing that no matter what happens in the world, you and everything connected to you are protected, not by chance, not by luck, but by divine design. Your health is more than just the state of your body. It is the reflection of your mind, your spirit, and the energy you allow into your life. The truth that few understand is that sickness does not begin in the body. It begins in the unseen. Long before it manifests physically, it takes root in the mind, in the heart, in the energy fields that surround you. Just as fear invites chaos into your reality, it also invites disorder into your body. And just as faith can guard your life, it can also guard your health. Think about the times in your life when you felt unwell. Was it only physical? Or was there a deeper weight pressing on you? Stress, worry, fear. These are not just emotions. They are signals, indicators that something within you is out of alignment, and when left unchecked, they begin to manifest as illness, as weakness, as a depletion of the very life force that sustains you. But here is what the world does not tell you. Just as the mind can create illness, it can also create healing. Just as fear weakens the body, faith strengthens it. Divine protection is not only about guarding you from external threats, it is about fortifying your very being from the inside out. Science is only beginning to uncover what spiritual wisdom has long understood, that the body is deeply affected by belief. Studies show that people who hold strong faith, who practice prayer, who trust in a higher power, experience faster recovery, stronger immunity, and longer lifespans. Is this coincidence? Or is it evidence of something greater? The truth is, when you trust in divine protection, when you truly align with the understanding that your health is secured by something beyond the physical, your body responds. Your cells shift. Your immune system strengthens. Your very DNA begins to resonate at a higher frequency, one that repels sickness, repels weakness, repels anything that does not belong. This is why Scripture tells us, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Because anxiety is not just a feeling, it is an opening, a crack in the foundation where imbalance begins. But faith is the repair. Faith is the shield. Faith is the force that keeps you whole, even when the world around you crumbles. And so the question is, what are you speaking over your health? Are you declaring wellness, strength, vitality? Or are you allowing fear to dictate your body's reality? The words you speak, the thoughts you dwell on, the faith you carry, all of these are shaping your health at this very moment. The power of divine protection does not stop at safety from harm. It extends to your mind, your heart, your very essence. And when you live in alignment with this truth, when you speak it, when you believe it, your body will respond. You will walk in supernatural health, not because you are avoiding sickness, but because you are standing in the fullness of divine wholeness. But there is an even deeper truth that most never come to understand. Divine protection is not a temporary gift. It is not something that is given one moment and taken away the next. It is a covenant, an unbreakable bond between you and the Creator. A promise that once you step into alignment with divine truth, you will never again walk unprotected. Look at the patterns of your life. How many times have you been spared? How many moments have seemed like mere chance when in reality they were orchestrated for your protection? The delay that saved you from an accident, the closed door that led you to something greater, the struggle that strengthened you rather than breaking you. You are not simply protected, you are guided. Every event, every shift, every moment of your life is being woven into a tapestry of divine design. And once you recognize this, once you truly see the depth of this truth, you will never again question whether you are safe. You will know that you are, because the truth is, you were never walking alone, you were never unshielded. You were never at the mercy of the world's chaos. Every step you have taken, every road you have traveled, has been lined with divine intervention, with unseen hands guiding your way. But here is the key. Divine protection is not something you simply receive. It is something you live in. It is something you step into fully with unwavering faith. And the moment you do, you begin to see the world differently. You begin to walk differently. You begin to live with a confidence that nothing can shake. This is why some people move through life untouched by misfortune. It is not because they are lucky, it is because they are aligned. They have tapped into a deeper truth, one that most never discover, that protection is not given to a select few, but to all who choose to claim it. And so now, the choice is yours. Will you continue to live as though protection is uncertain, as though you must constantly fight to keep yourself safe? Or will you step into the reality where divine security is already yours, where you are already covered, where you are already shielded by something far greater than yourself? This is not just a momentary blessing. It is a way of life, a knowing, a state of being where fear holds no power, where uncertainty is replaced by trust, where every step you take is guided by an unseen force that ensures you are exactly where you need to be. And once you embrace this truth, once you fully allow it to take root in your spirit, you will see the signs of protection everywhere, in the smallest moments, in the grandest shifts, in the subtle ways your life continues to align, even when you do not understand how. You are not vulnerable. You are not exposed. You are not left to navigate this world alone. You are covered. You are guarded. You are held in the hands of divine protection that will never let you fall. And as you step forward into this truth, you will no longer live in fear. You will no longer question. You will no longer wonder. You will know beyond all doubt that no matter what comes, no matter what shifts, no matter what the world throws your way, you are and always will be divinely protected.